Hey, Sagittarius, welcome. We're going to get into your love reading for the week. So, we're going to clarify, or we're going to read from this deck. This will be person A. This will be your energy. This will be person B's energy. And then we'll clarify with this deck if we need to. I've already pre shuffled these decks, so we can go ahead and get most of that shuffling out the way. We'll shuffle a little bit more to get the cards to come out right that need to be read. And then from there, we'll get deep down into your reading. I hope everybody's having a good week so far, and hopefully this reading will bring a little clarity here. All right, so first we're going to start with person A. See if we can get the cards to come out, and we did. So person A, we are going to start off with the Five of Swords, the Tower, ooh, and then we have the Eight of Swords. That's going to be an interesting little spread. Next, let's look at person B. And just remember, this reading here may not resonate with everyone. And then we'll look at who that we have in this deck. Okay. Who we might be speaking about. Person B is going to be the Nine of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the Magician. All right. And now let's pull a card for your energy. And for your energy, we're going to have the Death card. All right. Let's get them all set out here. So first off, I want to say by looking at person A, this could be any energy, any placement. Your energy, you could possibly be dealing with a Scorpio. And then what we have over here for person B, you possibly could be dealing with any sign at this point. All right. Now that we got that out the way, what we're going to go ahead and do is take a seat, because this looks like this is giving a little bit of plot twist, right? So person A, move everybody else out the way. Let's look at person A. Right off the back, we have the Five of Swords here. This is like, I must win at all costs. Like, they will come to you with petty arguments. Their egos get in the way. They'll push people away just to be right, including you. This person doesn't really want like a resolution. They want victory, even if it means losing you in the process. Yeah, when I'm looking at this whole spread. And then we have the Tower. And this Tower is like basically sudden truth, divine intervention. Their patterns, their lies, their illusions, everything's got them shook. So this Tower has them falling. You know what? Let's clarify this Tower. Give me a second. Let's clarify this Tower. Okay. We're going to clarify that Tower with the Two of Wands. Okay. With the Two of Wands, the Two of Wands is about planning, choosing direction, making long-term decisions, having visions, having a future, having a goal to work towards, right? So when we clarify the Tower with the Two of Wands, this chaos that person A has brought to you wasn't random. Like, they just refused to choose a path. They wouldn't commit. They wouldn't plan anything. They wouldn't make any decisions. Basically keeping all their options open. I wouldn't even be surprised if there was like a third party involved in this whole situation. And this person will say, "Oh no, but I'm stuck. I really don't know what to do." No, they're not stuck. They know what they're doing. They made their decisions. Okay, they're playing games, a lot of games. And then last but not least, you have the Eight of Swords, and this person might feel stuck, but it's all because of them. Like, they created this trap for themselves, and now they're crying about it. So yeah, no, person A refused to make a choice. They created this problem, They created this fantasy of having a love story, but they knew what they were doing. They weren't really looking for anything serious. Oh, so we're just gonna leave person A over here in the dark because that's crazy. All right, so now let's go look at person B. All right, and so for person B, first up, we're gonna have the Nine of Wands. Okay, with the Nine of Wands, this is the card typically of the wounded warrior, right? This is someone that's probably been hurt, betrayed, disappointed, and basically they have guarded their heart, and but they haven't given up just yet, right? But they're carrying a lot with them. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about person B. Also, here we have the Ace of Cups. They're also looking for a new beginning. They're ready to express their emotions. They're probably have feelings that are being restored. They just have a lot going on here, right? But they're the person that's going to be more vulnerable. They're going to be honest. They're going to be soft with you. They're going to give you what you need. And then on top of that, you have the Magician here. And this is basically a card of taking action. Like they have the tools that they need to progress. So even though they have this Nine of Wands situation going on, they have a lot going on. They have the keys in their hand on how to progress. This person, this person doesn't just talk. They're going to show you, they're going to show up, they're going to create, they're going to build, they're going to do what is necessary to make this relationship work. So there's a lot of intention with this person. They're growing. It's just it's a little bit of a slower growth, but they're here for you. All right. And with that being said, let's look at your energy, right? Your energy, Sagittarius, is the Death card. This is an evolution of Sagittarius, right? You're shedding the old version of yourself. You're creating a new version. You're ending the old cycles. Your old expectations, they're out the door. You got new ones set. You set your boundaries, and you're gonna stick to it, right? This is basically like a makeover for you. Okay, you're entering into a new timeline. So you're not the person you were last month. You probably aren't the person that you were last week. This is a new week for you. And with that being said, this version of you is going to choose peace. Choose peace over chaos. Okay? So, with this all being said, person A, unstable, indecisive, self-sabotaging. Person B is going to be emotionally open, genuine, ready to manifest this connection with you. And you aren't worried about the old. You're here for the new. All right. So with that being said, if you enjoyed the message, share the message. If it didn't resonate with you, share with somebody that it might resonate with you. If this message might reach you in the next couple of weeks where it'll make sense, especially if this is somebody new coming in your life or you're dealing with the old cycle, you're trying to clean out stuff. Maybe this is the direction that you need to go in. Just like, subscribe, check out my other videos. If not, there will be more videos coming down the pipeline. Also, check out some of the other tarot readers that are reading today because they also give good insights. And since this is like collective reading, like all of them aren't going to resonate with you. That's just a given. But somebody else might have some information that really hits home. So stay tuned and we'll see you in the next video.